Hello there, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Train Fever. Last time we were here we started work on the Maryport to Loftus route, as well as having kind of a look at the different engine options that we had at the moment and how they might manifest themselves. It's gone reasonably well, and while you were away I kind of tidied up a little bit. So this is the piece of track that we sorted out last time round, but look, I've healed the world, I've made it a better place. I've also done nice things for road traffic. I've relayed this piece of road. I haven't given them max speed. I'm not incredibly mad. I don't want them to be using the road if I can avoid it. But yeah, we've put some kind of modern road route down there, which has left these little lumps, which annoyed me. But I couldn't be bothered to waste even more money in making that look right. It looks okay, so I'll live with that for now. So what are we going to do today? Well, last time we procrastinated quite a bit before actually getting anything practical done, so today we're going to procrastinate less and get more done. We're going to complete our route, and the route is a big one. It goes from Maryport here out to Loftus over here, and that route is now complete. Hooray for us. And then we're going to, actually most of this is double tracked already. From Loftus we head out here, got a bit of a bridge to play with, got a whacking great tunnel to go through, and then this ugly old curve here which is coming out to Guildford. So yeah, so we're going to finish to Guildford and then out to Worksop and then to Liskeard and then to wherever this is, Bexley, and then to Neston and then back in again. I'm pretty confident we can get all of that done today. What do you think? Well, it doesn't really matter what you think. We're going to try it anyway. So yeah, let's crack on. Let's not talk any further. Now, I'm already running a few trains on this route, or a few services on this route, and you know, they're making a few quid. And my biggest concern is in turning this into a loop effectively. Am I going to jeopardise the amount of money we're making? To be honest, last time around we spoke about the Hiawatha, the 442, and how it really didn't represent good value for money at all, and that you are far better using the supposedly goods-focused big boy in order to drive your passenger services forward. It's not quite as quick, no, but it can haul a bucket load of coaches. In fact, many bucket loads. Multiple loads of buckets of coaches. Now, what's going on with this bridge? Because it goes up and then down, and I don't like that. I've got money in the bank. Do I want to make it nicer? And it's made of wood. I think we answered all our questions there, didn't we? Yeah, what was I talking about? The Hiawatha. I don't want to delete that tunnel. That tunnel's perfectly serviceable. Yeah, it does not represent good value for money. So we're going to work on, hopefully, a more cost-effective means of doing it. Now, is that going to put a humpy bridge in there again? Yeah, yes, it is. So how's about we delete a little bit more here, and then we'll level this piece of ground out, and hopefully we'll be able to go straighter. Well, certainly not with a mad hump in the middle of it. Let's use the big brush. That's what the pros use. Use the big brush. Yeah, so it's the combination of the train's speed, its ability to haul a ton of coaches, and its running costs. Those are your main factors to take into consideration. And the Hiawatha has reasonably decent speed. Let's not beat about the bush. It's just laid exactly the same thing again almost. And why can't I build stone bridges? Stone bridges are so much nicer. Even the wooden bridges are nicer than this metal girder effort. The metal girder bridges tend to look good when you're getting into kind of multi-lane versions, but by multi-lane 2 isn't going to cut it. Multi-lane, multi-track. If you're building a four-track version of it, they look all right. But even then, only kind of from an interior perspective. From the exterior, they always look a little bit to use internet terminology, meh. Right. Let us press on. Yeah, so I'm hopeful that there'll be a new train soonish because, you know, the big boy's a good bet, and we've got the Alco PA, which is another, you know, pretty high-speed diesel. I think it was 188 it was rated at. That is what will end up running on this loop. I might have to do a few train upgrades to get it there, but that's the plan. And I'm going to need to unpause again before too long, because if nothing else, I probably need to move some trains around. But more than that, I am starting to eat through the cash. The good news is I'm not doing anything so expensive that cash is going to be a major concern. We've got another piece of broken road here. I always worry about bits of broken road that I come across, because I think, like, you know, have I basically disrupted the ability for my road services to operate? And they're just kind of gone, forget about them. Let's hook that up by now. Hook that up right now. Future projects. Okay, so future projects. We're going to finish off all of the loops, right? And that will probably take us, I suspect, and I may be a little optimistic about this, we'll probably have it done by either the mid-70s or early 80s. So that's kind of 30 years from now. And to be honest, if I can get it done quicker than that, I mean, it largely comes down to how quickly I can rustle the funds up. But once that's done, we're going to spend quite a lot of time looking at roads. Largely the out of town roads. I want to buff them up and make sure that all of our kind of road vehicles are running at maximum efficiency. And how that's actually going to manifest itself is I'm going to delete roads and relay them in straight lines. The game is incredibly keen on giving you you know, wiggly roads to go hither and yon. But I'm going to you know, try and straighten them up a bit and get them looking a little bit more official. Yeah, and then beyond that, I'll probably lay on a few city-to-city services where those towns aren't covered by rail. Now, I mean, I could lay more rail, but what I'm not trying to do is basically carpet the entire landscape in track. As amusing as that may be, that's not the goal. Okay, so I think we just came flying out of Worksop there. That was pretty painless. Upgrading as we go. There's a train about to come into the station. How lovely. Obviously, we're still on pause at the moment. Whenever I build, I do try to pause it, just purely so that there isn't a vehicle in the way. Look, he's there. Look, he's on the other track. Go on, you can do that one. Pain in the backside. Right, I have to come back for that. Oh, how annoying. You better not be telling me there's a vehicle in the way for this bit as well. Right, good. In fact, 'cause I can. Bet I can upgrade this bit now, can't I? Ha! What you going to do about that? Call me petty if you will. Right, and since we're in the area, let's upgrade this to be the better rail crossing. There we go. Safety first, people. Safety first. Yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, so I'll be upgrading roads in order for them to be a little bit more streamlined, a little bit more efficient. So as we, you know, as this build progresses, we'll gradually head towards a situation where everything starts looking modern. Look at that! This is probably the best tunnel in the world. Come out here into a forest, effectively. That's kind of cool. Yeah, and I'll also, you know, we'll probably spend some time building bridges in the towns in order to get them over track and in order to you know, keep the growth of cities happening all over the place. Too often I've seen your towns in the game kind of expand, but only expand on one side of the station because they can't build tracks to go to the other side. Nice bit of bridge next to a nice bit of bridge and another bit of bridge. In fact, I think I built these bridges. I definitely built at least one of them. That's awesome. If Bexley grows up quite nicely, then those bridges could be something to behold a little later on, because the city will be significantly more populated, which would be nice. Okay, onwards. Now, this bit of track doesn't look like it's the most efficient in the world. It's got this kink in it here that I don't like. I could delete... How much is it going to want me to get rid of? Yep, that's a good place to start. Might as well. It's not going to be stupendously expensive, and frankly, while I'm in a let's improve things mode, I might as well improve things. Single station. Okay, we go into single station attack mode here, which is where we save the game. Actually, it doesn't look like there are... Let's get rid of the ball. Oh, no, there definitely are. But it doesn't look like... Okay, interesting. So this is Neston, and it doesn't look like I've actually got passenger services running to the station. By which I mean road passenger services. Interesting. Okay, brace yourselves. I love the look of my desktop. Okay, we're still here. Station time. Let's max the platform length. Okay, what have we got? We want to go there, which is colliding with 2, but we could go to the one next to it, which only collides with 1. Well, I'm all about saving a few quid here and there, so let's do that. Let's get rid of this one. 809,000, you bunch of thieving bandits. What are you colliding with? No, no. A little bit further along. Oh, you were saying that wasn't a problem a minute ago. Oh, that's unreasonable. Right, I'm going to have to do something, you know, that I don't want to do. Let's build the smallest bit of road there. Oh, if I knew I was going to do that, I wouldn't have just spent 800 grand deleting that building. Okay, right, well, we're doing that section in a moment, so let's do this one first. And since this is double tracking, let's... which one do we want my guide track to be? Actually, before I do that, I'm going to flatten this road out. I know, I try not to do too much groundwork of this kind while recording, because it's not the most riveting thing to watch in the world. However, I'm going to be done in a minute. Hang on. Just, you know, twiddle your thumbs for a moment. Consider that barbed comment about, seriously, you're going to spend time leveling the ground again? Do you call this entertainment? Look, I'm done, okay? Happy now? Yeah, well. Right, okay, so since we've now, you know, radically altered where the station is, I might as well get rid of all this track. Not long after I just upgraded it all. Should have done this first. Okay, there you go. So here's my tip of the day. If you're relaying a route in this kind of fashion, do a survey of all the stations first and make sure you've got the right size station in there. It's my own fault for building stations on the cheap to start with, but doing that allowed me to make significant progress way faster than I would have done. Now, can I actually get to this to flatten it? There we go. I'm almost done. Honest, I am. Seriously, nearly done. Look, you don't want any ugly stuff in there any more than I do. And, you know, houses will build in there and it'll be nice. But, you know, I'd like to do my bit for the aesthetics of the town. There we go. Everybody happy? Right, good. Near enough. near enough. All right, right. Okay, so this is going to be the tricky bit. Although I can delete this and just build a glorious bit of road instead. No sooner do you think it, that you do it. Where the hell is the track? There we go. We're over there. Let's, I mean, we could just pile drive up there in a straight line. Well, it's not going to be straight, because it's going to have a kink in it, but... there we go. Right, 800 grand, and what's the terrain cost involved in that? A pretty hefty gouge coming through into this town here. But actually that might make for a nice bridge opportunity. Okay, have we gone... Yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah, got the side of the track right. We'll take it. Thank you very much for your custom. And then we'll thrash down here again. And I realise that, you know, I've just made a gigantic gaping and crevasse in the land immediately after forcing you to watch me smoothing the whole thing out. Well, that's, you know, that's the cost of doing business. Still, that looks nice, doesn't it? Doesn't that look good? Let's just make sure I've got all of this connected now. Now, in relaying this track, I've probably taken out. In fact, I've definitely taken out a few signals. The question is whether I've taken out any that are critical, and I'll find that out relatively soon, I should imagine. Just ease the edge of that so it's not quite so obviously man-made. What would be quite nice in this game is if you were able to, you know, plant new trees. That would be good. And lakes, you know, some terraforming tools. I think that's what I'm asking for. Right, okay, next section. Now, here is our target over there. This is a curve that I don't much like, but I think this curve probably exists because of this bridge, which has got a flaming train on it. Okay, well that's going to cause me issues. And there's a vehicle in the way. Oh, nuts. Okay, well, let's... Alright, I need to think about this. Here's the ideal, right? Ugh, look at that, that's horrible. What if we build a... Let's allow them to do 90. Just in case you care, we're working in kilometres an hour rather than miles. It will allow that, which is weird. I don't want to build too far that way. I want to get the bridge built first. So let's put a temporary link in here. Curvature is 2 something. Please build in 2 steps. Alright, okay, well, we'll do that. There's a vehicle in the way. Well, the vehicle's going to remain in the way unless I can get him off the track. This track doesn't go anywhere at the moment. Look, it's got a signal. There's not much more I can do on the subject, is there? Other than send him back home again, but I bet he's got a full load. Let's have a look. 2 passengers. Oh, I don't care. Right, unpause. You. Stop. And when you've done that, turn around. Why have you got so few passengers, I wonder? Is this a new service I'm running, or does no one want to go from Maryport to Neston? Well, certainly the gap in those services is going to increase once I've got, because obviously this chap's going to be running on the loop that we're making now, the kind of the shuttle loop. So all being well, that's a problem I won't have to deal with. Now, can we now? Yeah, see, no more complaints. Oh look, there's a bit of ground that needs levelling. Any excuse, right? Any excuse. Get the levelling tool out. Where's he got to? All the way over there. Right, okay, magic. Now, the track between Neston and Maryport, this curve notwithstanding, is a wiggler. You know, if we quickly fly along it here, you've got this nice straight section, we'll keep that. But then you get past it and it's, you know, it's like I was having the shakes while that was going on. So we'll resolve that. So that's a bit of a rebuild going on there. And that will happen in the next episode. Just to finish up today, I want to... there we go. There's our target. Let's get some levelling going on here. Actually, something I've never tried to do is levelling the river out of existence. But I suspect that that's not possible. Yeah, I find myself increasingly going like, I can't wait to see what they do with the sequel to this game. You know, a lot of people say that it's a bit limited and it's a bit buggy, and there's slowdown that happens as it gets towards the later game. And I said, yeah, absolutely, it's a fair point. I think you could probably solve some of those lag bubbles by not having the maintenance cost of everything float through the air once every month or so. Right, now, don't give me terrain alignment woes, you swine. I want to get across this river, and I want to do it in a way that makes everybody happy. If I go out a little bit further away from... what? Okay, well, it'll allow that. Has it pointing in the wrong direction? We want to be pointing over here if we can. That's there's one, that's not bad. That'll do it. Okay, what are we looking at? Let's just build the thing once. What we're going to end up with here, we have seen before. We have seen this before. I'll show you. You know, I'm going to be proven right any second. If I'm not proven right, I'll be very happy. So, win-win. Ready? Here we go. Terrain alignment collision, and it is perfectly... No, it's not perfectly snapped. No, it is perfectly snapped. Okay, so this is a problem you get when trying to build bridges on the diagonal. Is you end up where you can't build them next to each other, because obviously when you're building the pillars the second time around, the distance that you're crossing the river is completely different. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. So the choices are, I mean, this is only a short bit of track. The choices are, we build a second crossing, which, if it can go close enough, I'm okay with. Actually, it can go close enough. I'm okay with. Hooray! Oh, I hadn't expected that. Oh, that's made my day. Okay, that'll pretty much wrap it up. I'm going to continue doing this while I do my usual talky. Thank you very much for watching. What are we going to do next? So, now that we've... Oh, I don't like that. Now that we've kind of pretty much completed our route here, I need to do some track upgrade. Actually, we should pause, because that Alco is just waiting for me to finish my construction work here. What was I saying? Yeah, we've almost finished this loop. Good, you didn't swan neck that time. Which means that that pretty soon we'll be able to run trains around it. Now, we've already got trains on the route, so what that means is we're going to be retasking stuff, and I think we'll get to that pretty early in the next episode. No. I'm going to need you to clip as far as here, possibly. And then, how's about that? That looks good. Excellent. Okay, so, I mean, split bridges. There you go. that's going to be my thought for the day to leave you with. Split bridges, my friends. Sometimes they happen. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Please like and subscribe. If you've not done so already, subscriptions are my lifeblood. Or something. And I'll catch up with you very soon, where we're going to complete this folly of a loop, and hopefully it's going to make us a shed load of cash. So be sure to tune in for that. Thanks very much for watching. Catch you next time. Cheerio.